Safari, an exhibitioner's expedition. The title is really just from the original, the original word was Arabic, which then became Swahili, and then was introduced into English by Richard Burton, the 19th century explorer. But it just meant a journey, a walk, a trek, or any kind of journey. It could be a bus journey. But it's the idea of what happens on those trips, those treks. It's about the mental journey that you might go on. So it's an overused term, journey, but I'm encouraging people to an extent physically do that through the pavilion by placing work around outside the gallery space. Seascape is a work based on an earlier work that has occurred in various locations, originally in Compton Verney, Warwickshire, in the Lancelot Capability Brown landscaped grounds. It was very much to do with painting. It was a work about painting by other means in a way. Seascape is taking that idea and taking this daytime firework display, which is what the work is. It's a series of military smoke grenades which are set off of different colours, a kind of Diwali type celebration of colour that is taken out to sea by the local Bexhill Sailing Club. And they've, through cunning devices created by the technicians at the pavilion, we can actually set these grenades off, or bombs, or whatever you want to call them, devices, out at sea to create a kind of sea battle. The second work that's a sort of new old commission is Manned Flight 1999, which is a Cody war kite, a man-lifting kite, which I inherited and renamed Yuri Gagarin. And it's an itinerant work that travels around gathering a history. But the part of the work is that it's always photographed in situ, so in a tree or in a building or whatever. So a few days ago, before this interview, about a week ago, I came down, and with the help of the staff at the pavilion, we installed it on the south outside on the balcony of the south staircase, and sort of jammed it in there, and to make it look as if it crashed. And then the work is photographed, and the photograph is then shown with the kite. The third new commission is really the sort of heart of the exhibition. It's the safari side of the exhibition. This is objects borrowed from the Bexhill Museum and the Hastings Museum, and some personal objects from myself and my girlfriend, which are of no great value except to me and her, but seem relevant. So there might be a gun, or an image of a gun, or a bordello cushion, or all sorts of objects, slide rules, things like that, and some of my own artwork, which will go into vitrines with objects from the Bexhill and the Hastings Museums. The objects from the Bexhill and Hastings Museums are, by and large, from more questionable things. They're things that are, for example, like the Hastings rarities, the faked birds, or it's not so much that the birds were faked, but that they were the fact that they were too rare to be found here. It was a fraud. Or the famous grey owl, who posed as a First Nation Canadian. Another example of the Piltdown man, for example. So these objects are all being sort of jumbled up together, but with some personal objects, in order to partly to refer back to my own work, but also my own work to refer to them, so that hopefully it's changing the meaning of the other works by some degree, by just making a comparison with, making a connection with something else. So they become, in the way that the meaning of everything is always in a state of flux. Nothing is really that nailed down. I think artists in general are always attracted to fraudsters, because they always feel that what they're doing is possibly on the edge of that.